back my dynamos. And so I stumbled across this video after watching one of Leafy's video. And it was about this girl by the name of this YouTuber by the name of Sorsha Morava. Okay. Leafy has no hate towards vegans. I have no hate towards vegans. A lot of people don't have hate towards true vegans. What people have hate towards are these vegans that are like ISIS and other people that are trying to say their way is law, their way is better, that everyone needs to follow their way. Okay, 1, you're being a terrorist. 2, okay, nowhere in the Bible, for all you religious people, did God ever say, go forth and spread and force the word of God onto others? No, he said, go forth and spread the word of God. And spread it, not force. When you spread the word, you tell people about God. You don't force them to go to church. You don't force them to read Bibles. It's their choice if they want to read the Bible or not. It's their choice to go to church. And with vegans, it's the person's choice whether they eat meat or not. It's their choice whether they want to be a vegetarian or not. It's not your choice. Now, if you're a vegan and you're about to have a baby enter your life, don't force them to be vegan. That'll cause a lot of health problems for that baby. So, though vegans help you later, being vegan can help you later in life and prove to be healthier in later in life, it does not prove to be healthy early on in life. Nor is it healthy for you to be using words or use little bits of facts from Google, Bing, or whatever search engine you can find, because you're just using one proof to back up this entire wall you have built up, this entire civilization you have built up on, this entire world, or whatever you want to call it, you've built up on one fact. For me, I like to get a lot of facts from my research. And if you're wondering who this dude is a vegan. But if you read it, it's like, but wait, he's saying dumbest vegan on YouTube. How can he be vegan? He says that most vegans on YouTube tend to point fingers at others to get popularity. And or aggressive, or are just using bullshit means to and try to paint why veganism is better than being an omnivore. And for a lot of you, like, hashtag triggered, hashtag I don't like this, hashtag this made me uncomfortable. Okay, trigger. Trigger is something that causes a reaction. Now, yes, it causes you to be uncomfortable, but in the real world, a trigger is something that either causes your allergies to act up, your epileptic seizures to kick in, or your PTSD to kick in, or your anxiety to kick in. Those are triggers. There is something that causes a bad state in a body to you or someone else. A trigger is not something that makes you uncomfortable. It's just what's making you uncomfortable is just something that offends you. And it's all because you're being sensitive to what you are. For me, I've been bullied. I've been called names. I've been hit. And I just learned not to deal with people's bullshit. I'm not like, oh, if someone gives me bullshit, I'm going to start attacking them. No. If someone gives me bullshit, I'll flat out ignore you. If you want to make a stupid decision, I'll flat out say, your decision, leave me out of this. If you want to say anything and try dragging me into it, depending on how much I value how much the consequences are, depends on whether I'll go with it or not. And another thing with gender, if you're saying some people are like, oh, since you're male, you're sexist and you're a rapist. Oh, since you're white, you're a racist. Okay, I admit, I am not a racist person. You know something? There's these two girls at my school that are both black. And before you're like, oh, he's talking about two black girls. Wanna know something? These two black girls walked around school causing mayhem. And you're like, oh, he's overreacting. Okay, I have a black friend. In fact, I have two. And with the internet, maybe even more. So, and I've had black siblings. And their personalities are they can have the same personalities as a white person. Skin color doesn't matter. And these two girls, the bigger one obviously being the worst. You're like, oh, you're making her seem fat. She wasn't fat. She was just bulky. And she thought she ran the school because she was one of the only black girls. Okay? Sure, my school may seem like an all-white school, but no, there are some black kids there. There are some, and there might not be black teachers, but that's because, well, they just didn't make the cut. It's not because they're black. It's just, one, most black people like to go for higher jobs or have already built up their standpoint and really won't go for a lower job. So, I'm not saying black people are bad, nor am I saying they're good. And I've seen some white people who have been dicks to others. Like in my school, I'm not going to name names, but his sense of humor is worse than some of my friends. And for me, that is shocking. Okay, so at my school we have this instrument closet. Well, one of my classmates, one I really respect, and he's a pretty cool dude, was practicing his saxophone. And guess what? This kid thought it would be funny to try and close the door on him. Well, the instrument closet locks from the outside, and the kid who was my friend who was practicing had already given the keys to unlock the instrument closet back. The door closes upon being closed. And it locks as well. I didn't mean to say it closes upon being closed. It locks upon being closed. So he would have been trapped. Not to mention our music teacher said she would die if the chair were to fall out from under her. And the kid proceeds to pretend kick at the chair. Which isn't funny. He thinks it's hilarious. So, and the vegan Sorsha Morava says there's no difference between animals and black people. Well, you specifically said there's no difference between an animal and a black person. Now you're being racist because guess what? Oh, there's my phone. That's probably my ex. It's a super kid. Yep. My ex is a nice girl. She's very charismatic, but very trusting. Too much, actually. Back to the subject on hand. Calling animals the same as saying killing animals is the same as killing black people. It's not bringing the animal rank up. It's actually lowering the black people's ranks. Now, if you said killing animals is as bad as nuking Japan, you're still lowering people to the level of animals, not raising animals up to the levels of humans. Now, yes, human is not a skin color, and country is not a race. It's called ethnicity. I saw that on 9gag, which is up here. But you want to know something? All this bullshit going around about being black, white, fat, skinny, rich, poor, boy, girl, or young or old, I really don't care. Because, you know something? As long as you're nice to me, I'll be nice to you. And do not give me a reason to be mean to you. And you might think, oh, there's only been 2 people and they're black. Bullshit. Wanna know something? First people after known as, sure, 2 of the people who have made my hate list are black. But you wanna know who the first to make my hate list was? A girl who I'm not gonna name names, but she babysits my little sister, and I fucking hate it. Wanna know why? Because this girl that I hate, to my little sister, she thinks the first girl on my the first person on my hate list, no less, is nice, kind, and caring. I was like, no, she effing isn't. She is mean. She's just being nice to you so she can get money. Now that's bullshit. If I were to babysit someone, I mean, sure, I'd be doing it for money, but it's a kind gesture. Gesture. That joke in my head. But the thing is, if you do something that's usually considered a kind gesture just for money, you're not a kind person. You're being a greedy person. I need to get my thoughts straight. Having ADHD makes me jump all over the place. You're like, oh, ADHD is not an excuse, and you're just an idiot. Actually, ADHD is an excuse when you can't form sentences and have a complete streak of connected topics when talking. Markiplier has it. Yes, the famous YouTuber Markiplier has ADHD, and he's really smart. He graduated college with an engineering degree, and look what he's doing. YouTube. It doesn't take a college degree to YouTube, but it doesn't mean that you can, doesn't mean, I don't even know what to say. Just because you have a college degree doesn't mean you don't have mental illnesses. It just means if you have a college degree and you have mental illness or a physical disability or whatever, it just means you just proved to a lot of people that no matter what, you can do something. That's what I like about people with disabilities who have done great things, because it proves, I mean, I'm not one to talk because I have disabilities, but that's beside the point. A lot of people with disabilities can do great things. The reason why I'm stuck is not because of my disability, but because of how I was brought up. I was babied for a good portion of my school, and so I have a harder time adjusting to being an actual high school student and actually getting my work done and everything, because I had always had someone helping me. All because of my mom. So, but am I going to blame her? No. Do I feel hate or anger towards her sometimes? Yes, but again, it's because some of the things she's done for me are for love, even if they made me mad. If you're going to blame anyone, either you can blame yourself, but if it's for physical disability that you had at birth or mental disability, okay, with physical disability that was at birth, you don't blame yourself for it. Don't blame someone else for it. It was just luck of the draw, and if you're doing poorly, I'm sorry. I hope you get better, and if you're doing great, good job. You're one of the very few people who actually can strive to get past their disabilities. I'm going to change this. Yes, I'm doing this on camera. I'm going to find a good picture. Yes, I like this. Very nice. sometimes hate my computer. First world problems, I know. But you wanna know something? People in the first world have no room to talk. People in the third world have no room to talk. Because we don't know how it is to live in each other's shoes, so we shouldn't be saying, my problem's worse, or my problem's worse. It's an L in the eye of the beholder. But world hunger, now that's a problem. Global warming, that's a problem. Now let me get back to people in general. Okay. A lot of people are like, oh, you don't accept us, so you're not caring. You may be right about one thing, about someone being not like the others, but you want to know something? We all are different, okay? No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And we can't truly feel what someone else's feel without having similar experiences. Say someone's going through depression, and you don't know how exactly they feel, but you know that what depression feels like, and you know how to show sympathy. There's a difference between sympathy and actually knowing how someone feels. I think first time on the internet I actually met someone who had a similar childhood to me, which is shocking because to think that there's someone out there who's had the same issues as I have had, who's been physically, emotionally, mentally, and sexually abused by family members, no less. And you see, for me, after all the bullshit I went through, my patience can be worn very thin. My anger has been well kept after all this bullshit. Okay? My moments of anger, I've put a hole in my wall. That's about it. Okay? Emotional breakdown? Rarely. And then, let's see. That's about it for my issues. But you want to know something? Okay? I've helped a lot of people by going through all the bullshit I've had and knowing what compassion is, knowing what sympathy is, and knowing what true pain feels like. You may think, oh, that's just bullshit that's happened to your life. You know something? My brothers hate me, and they have every right to hate me. But one thing they can't say I've gotten, they think I'm being rewarded for what I've done. No, I'm not. They get to have all the family together at one time for each holiday. I don't. You know, thinking, well, you're a person who stays on the internet all day, so it wouldn't really matter. True, but I love the holidays. I love my family. I like being with my family on holidays. Because it's the only day I can be with my family and not have to worry about what's happening on Facebook, what's happening on Twitter, all these things. You wanna know something? Try Facebook one. Only had Facebook for games. Never did Twitter. Don't have a phone for Snapchat or all these other mobile apps for social media. Got back to Facebook and it's a lot more confusing. I really don't like Facebook. I like Google Plus more. You're like, oh, that's because you've been on it longer. Actually, I've been on it. I just had a Facebook for about a year. I had Google Plus for about 2 years. But, you want to know something? How long you've been on it only shows how much you've been able to figure out how much you've been on it. The longer you've been on something just shows how you I gotta think. Sorry. Okay. For example, okay. For me, I've never liked to read when I was little. Okay? Got into fan fiction. Loved it. Got off of fan fiction, went to books. I cannot stop reading. I can finish a good 30 chapter book in 3 days. Yeah, that's 10 chapters per day. And you're like, oh, it's why a small book. Small book? Okay, look up the Halo trilogy. Not the game. There's actually a Halo trilogy called the 3 books: Halo, Hades, and Heaven. And they're pretty good length books. So I can read big books in a short amount of time. But that just shows, like, and you might think time equals experience. Not really. Experience is just how much you've learned. Now, time, the longer you've been on something, just adds to your knowledge of how to get by things, how to get past things, or how to deal with things. That's what time helps with. Experience is something that you've learned, and sure, time helps with gaining experience, because you learn over the time how to fix this, how to fix that, how to make this, how to get this out of this. It's all just dependent on, are you a fast learner? Are you a slow learner? Are you a visual learner? Are you a hands-on learner? Are you an auditory learner? It all just depends on how you learn. Time really has no effect. And I've gone off a tangent. I can't remember what I was talking about. In other news, let me go on a rant again. Okay, we've all heard about him, either through Leafy's here or other satirical YouTubers. Okay. Ow. Well, my computer's lagging. Shouldn't have done this. Should not. Okay, so that failed, but I'm talking about Keemstar, the person who says he's just one of the hosts of Drama Alert. Now, although that might be true, what Keemstar is just doing on Drama Alert is he shouldn't be. Okay? So, and if Keemstar, if you ever see this, don't go cutting out any of the facts I'm going to be stating. Okay, Keemstar said the golden rule is do not post on social media or any social media private messages. And if you do, blur out the other person's name. Keemstar, you broke this rule. And you also done a lot of other things. And I will refer you to some of Leafy's rants about you. And this time, why don't you put a link to the video in yours, and let's see how many people realize the bullshit that you've been feeding them. You have accused an old man of having an underage girlfriend, not to mention you have lowered the age twice. First you said his girlfriend, this old man's girlfriend was 14. Then you came out and said it was 13. And then after that, you said she was 12. You made an old man cry. Keemstar, how do you feel? Not tears of joy, not tears of happiness. You made him cry, and you made him feel like a pedophile, which is wrong. You didn't have an underage girlfriend. You're just saying that because you want views. You want attention. You're an attention whore. You will do anything to get your videos promoted. No matter how many times YouTube wants to ban you, they can't because there are other people running drama alerts. But what I think YouTube should do is say only one person runs the channel, or at least if the channel has multiple hosts, guess what? All hosts have to post factual evidence or have their own separate YouTube channel. Something like that. Something because you, Keemstar, are a bully, an attention whore, and really just want to blow things out of proportion, like news. Okay? You have ruined YouTubers. You have ruined innocent YouTubers. All because of what? A rumor? Something that just happened in the past that has been dealt with already? Something that's been fixed? Okay? That's not what news does. The news doesn't bring up the past. The news doesn't blow things out of proportion. Sure, some news is unreliable, but just because you found it on the internet doesn't mean it's true. No. Doesn't mean you should blow it out of proportion. No. Like I said, it goes hand in hand with people trying to spread religion, people trying to spread their own ways of life to others. There's nothing that said, if your way of life says force people to listen to you, okay, that's your way of life. Does that mean people are going to listen to you? No. But Keemstar, you have broken so many rules you have set for yourself. And don't go cutting this out because I have no way of editing in all the clips other people use. But you want to know something? I don't watch your videos. I've watched other people's videos. Like, oh, then you don't know the true story behind it. No, but you want to know something? All the people who have made videos about you, you have threatened to sue. Okay? Why don't you settle things with peace and get the hell off this website? Because, you know something? When I am met with hate, I'll leave. Okay? I'm not gonna deal with hate. But when the hate comes from facts, okay. When hate comes from false information, I will give you the facts. And I will stop all this false rumors. But if it comes from hate, and the hate comes from facts, I won't stop you from hating. I won't. You have facts to make that will give you reason to hate. A lot of people have reason to hate you. Some of them, you've ruined their favorite YouTuber's career. You have ruined a lot of people. You've ruined YouTubers' feelings. You've ruined a lot of other people. Okay? This one person, I don't know them personally, but you revealed their face for all to see when they said they were going to do their own face reveal. You ruined that for them. Want to something? My favorite YouTuber is Zetho. Yeah, he wasn't perfect. He used to cuss. But does that make him a bad person? And he didn't say his real name. He didn't want his image out there. Sure, his image is out there, but guess what? His name isn't. But you want to know something? There are these YouTubers that I'm pretty sure a lot of newer YouTubers are afraid to start YouTube because of you. You're the monster that keeps people from following their dreams of becoming a YouTuber. You're the monster that feeds off of attention and hate. You're a monster that likes to deceive those around you. Deceive the ones that think you're a good person. And you've said it. You don't care about the fans. Okay? You've called people the N-word. You've called people stupid. You've called people retarded. You've shown people's faces. You've shown faces of people who don't want their face on the internet. You have hurt so many people, and it's disgusting. You want to say, well, and if you say I've hurt people, yes, I have hurt people, and I'll admit it. I'm not going to say names. I'm not going to say who. I'm not going to say how they're related to me, because that's my business. And it's my business whether I put that information out on the internet. So, if you access my files, if you figure out something, guess what? If you put that out on the internet, I have full court reason to sue you and to have you jailed. Because doxing is illegal, for one. Releasing my information, releasing my legal information, which is supposed to be private. So if you release that, I have full rights to sue you, to have you put into jail. Because, one, hacking into government networks is also illegal. Hacking, period, is illegal. So, I want to see you try and make me crumble. Because I've already crumbled. Now I'm just a ruin. And I'm about to ruin your life, Keemstar, because I don't like people who blow up rumors. I don't like people who find one negative thing about one person and blows it out of proportion. Okay? So what? This one person had molested someone, and then, okay? If that person had went through treatment and has paid off his court dues, all of the fines and things like that, okay, they're good in my book because they went through the legal process to get their name cleared. Now, if you bring that up and say this person's a molester, okay, he is a treated molester. He went through treatment. He molested, got caught, went through treatment, came out a new man. Okay? I have been in juvie. I've been at an academy that will help me with going to a treatment facility. I was taken away from my family. You want to know something? That changed me. I am not going to take bullshit from others. If someone hates me, I'll let them hate me. I don't need to go figure out a way to make them like me. Not my problem. Okay? Here's something. Though, a lot of people say this, but some people don't mean it. Okay? I might not physically defend my friends, but you hurt their feelings, you are asking for my rage. Now, I will not go off raging at you. I will first try and solve the dispute between you and my friend. Not just Keemstar. I'll solve a dispute for anyone if you need me to. I will. And you think I'll be biased to my friends? Nope. I have sided with complete strangers whenever a dispute was out between a stranger and my friends. So, I'm not a biased judge. And, Keemstar, my judgment on you, you need to leave. This video is getting long. Well, let's just go through my pictures. Oh, this one. This one I think a lot of people with depression have. Athazagorophobia is a fear of being forgotten and or ignored by someone who you strongly care about. Okay, this has gone from my rant to some emotional things. Let me look for some other quotes. It's really Oh. Okay. Here's something. There's something for all of you who think they're worthless. Okay? If it'll load. Okay. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. And let's see. Okay, one thing. Be confident about what you're good at. Oh, here it goes. Okay. This character, the girl, her name is Ray Wright, and she's from an anime called Hyperdimension Neptunia. It's a satirical anime, and you know why? It's a play. The world they live in is called game industry. The countries, there is Louis, Leanbox, and Lost Station. And then there's Planeptune, which I have no idea what that's played on. But this girl, okay, see, hitting on a dude. Hey, I heard you like bad girls. I don't mean to brag or anything, but I'm really bad at everything. She was confident about what she's good at, but right here, she just admitted she's not good at anything. And yet she just said this to a person in hopes of finding love, finding acceptance. Once you find acceptance, do not leave it for a better life. And for a air quote better life. Because a good life is when you have found acceptance for everything that you have done, good and bad. Not for all the good you have done, not for all the bad you have done, but for both. So, there you go. And I have a few zodiacs, but no need to talk about that. Oh. And just for cuteness. And for all the Naruto fans. See, what am I doing? I could just scroll through this. Oh. Most people will not know why this is sad. You wanna know what every single one of these people have in common? Each one of them died. Yep. It is so cute. I truly think Naruto sees Kakashi as more of his father than Naruto's actual father. Oh. None of you are going to get this. Actually, some of you will. And my profile pic, if you ever want to suggest me to a friend. The ambiguous arc tracer. See y'all later. See you all later. I don't know how to end these. Bye.